non-optimal protein synthesis in the morning, and then you get it again, after your workout because you need those carbs and you need that fast-acting protein. But for post-workout, all the scientific studies have shown that a combination of whey and casein is superior. I don't know if you knew that. In terms of to answer your question, even if his new protein is absorbed 99%, you still have to look at other parameters. How long does it increase protein synthesis for? Is it just like other whey proteins, whereas it causes a massive spike? Let's just say that whey protein will increase protein synthesis to like a level 10, and casein will increase it almost as much, probably like to a level 8. But you actually get more muscle growth. You get more bang per gram for your buck with the casein because it has that prolonged anabolic effect, which is why people typically drink it before they go to bed. I don't know if you've heard about it. A lot of people think the casein protein is the protein you take before to bed. Would you recommend, or should people take that before any other times, or always before bed? Well, like I said, if you're gonna, it's always good to combine a liquid protein source with a solid food protein source. To be honest with you, every meal I have, I'll take even if it's just a half a scoop of whey or casein, I'll mix it with water. That's my drink for the meal. I'm compulsive, I like to have all my bases covered. I'm a little bit neurotic about the way I eat, so I'll have my chicken and my brown rice and maybe even some black beans, but I'll chase it down with a little bit of whey and water, even if it's only 5 to 10 grams. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So for all intents and purposes, casein is a superior protein to whey. And now this is going to go against everything that people have heard, but it's a supplement industry bullshit. The supplement industry wants you to consume whey because whey is the cheapest protein to manufacture. It's from cheese. Whey is from cheese. It's the cheapest stuff on the planet. So of course they want you to take 3 to 4 grams per pound of body weight, and they want you to take it it's all bullshit. Anyone who's serious about gaining muscle mass should be consuming the majority, almost exclusively, all of their calories and protein from whole foods. I mean, you know that. You don't get big eating shakes. They just don't have the same biological value. You know what I mean? Yeah. Food is just absolutely superior in every way. Every way. Let me ask you something. My diet consists of 3 to 4 meals, 1 or 2 shakes, and then I've also been adding his HumanPro pills. Do you think that's too much? That's overboard? Should I? To be honest with you, I think I'm not discounting the supplement altogether. I think it could have potential value if you incorporate it into your supplement regimen properly. I haven't seen a recent pic of you. How much are you weighing these days? Like 230, very lean. So you're still a big boy. Yeah. I'm pretty religious about my protein intake. I don't really think you can overdo it unless you're taking 500-600. It's more health issues. My creatinine level was a little high, so okay. Yeah, he told me to drop it down a good quarter to a half. Interesting. I was consuming 400 to 500. So that's why I said I'm only doing like 25 to 30. And another thing you have to it might be because of all the whey of all that you're consuming. Yeah, you never know. I tried eliminating shakes and going to more food. So I thought, and then Arthur swears that the pills are not damaging the kidneys. So I'm taking out a shake or two, replacing it with the pills, and only doing like 1 shake predominantly after a workout. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't put my trust totally into your muscle mass is precious. That's how I look at it. My muscle mass is like my fucking baby. I'll be damned if I'm going to lose any of it. That goes for when I'm dieting. I do it very slowly. I never eliminate my carbohydrates. We'll talk more about that. I don't believe in the keto diet. So for me, muscle is precious. That's why I don't even I'm a sick fuck. I don't even trust supplement companies because I know how shady our industry is. I don't believe sometimes that there's you know what goes on.
Yeah, I mean.
So, I know for a fact that an 8-ounce chicken breast has exactly what it says it has in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know that a piece of steak has exactly what it's supposed to contain. It's not going to be mislabeled. So I don't like to take risks when it comes to muscle. So I'm very serious about my protein intake. That's partially why I like to eat mostly whole food, because it puts me at peace of mind. I just don't want to. In my mind, maybe it's just psychological, but I also believe it's based on the science. There's no fucking way that a shake of powder is biologically equivalent to a plate of steak and brown rice and vegetables and nutrients that are contained naturally in that food. Your body doesn't break it down the same. Your body doesn't digest it the same. It doesn't assimilate it the same. Food is far superior. Everybody who, I've got clients that I train. I'm not even a certified. I have none of my certifications or any credentials. My physique speaks for itself. And I've totally mastered my body like it's a universe. I understand it in and out. And when people start to follow my regimentated diets, even if their calories are lower, they gain muscle because they haven't been used to the nutrient timing and the clean calories and the quality of the calories. I mean, that's why a lot of these times these guys, they actually lose fat and gain muscle at the same time. It's possible. I mean, as long as you're on point and you understand your body, which I'm sure you do, Derek, after all these years, you know it's possible to maintain excuse me, drinking my protein right now, my casein with my dinner. But it's easy to, if you know what you're doing, you can maintain a very lean condition year-round.
So
like I said,
I'm just curious. I mean, I've seen your pictures. You look great. What is your, say, an average day diet consist of, real quick?
Thank you for asking. Well, I wake up and I have about 35 to 50 grams of pure dextrose. It's a very simple carb. I know a lot of people are skeptical about sugar, but in the morning, in my experience, your muscles, literally like a vacuum, they suck it up. I mean, the insulin response, that dextrose, those carbs, they just shuttle those amino acids from the protein directly into your muscle cell. So when I wake up, the first thing I do in the morning is I have that liquid muscle shake, those carbs, those liquid aminos, the whey and the casein, and about an hour and a half later I eat my first whole meal, which is usually a bunch of egg whites with some whole wheat toast, some turkey bacon. My portion sizes do vary, so if you're going to follow something like this, you got to kind of adjust. If you have 12 egg whites or you're doing 8 egg whites, do whatever you do. But it's all based on the individual calorie amount. But my basic macronutrient breakdowns you can gather from this. So after I eat that breakfast, about 2 hours later, I eat literally every 2, maximum 3 hours, every 2 to 3 hours on the dot. My next meal will usually be either brown rice sushi. I have salmon and tuna, or I'll have like a grilled chicken breast with some brown rice and red beans or black beans. Brown rice is a big staple of mine. Beans are a staple of mine. Basically, all of my meals consist of beans, brown rice, and a protein source. So, like, if I do chicken and brown rice for lunch, for my next meal, I'll do like a filet mignon, or I'll do tilapia, or like I said, I'm big on carbs. There's nothing wrong with getting 2 big cans of tuna fish, cracking them open. You got 40 to 50 grams of protein in there. Put it on some whole grain bread, and you got 50 to 60 grams of carbs, 50, 60 grams of protein. Chase it down with a little bit of casein, some veggies, maybe a little bit of healthy fats in there. Then you go into you're probably going to work out later that afternoon. I usually take either Super Pump 250 or something like that. Usually, I'll usually try to eat about 2 hours before my workout. If I don't have an opportunity to eat a meal, I will at that point have a little bit of a protein shake with some bread. I need my carbs and my protein before I go in the gym.
So
a lot of people don't.
You think carbs are a must, definitely.
Carbs are a must. And another thing, while we're on this topic, the pre-workout shake, the scientific studies have shown the pre-workout shake is just as important as your post-workout shake. What you eat before your workout affects protein synthesis just as much as what you eat after. So the only difference between my pre-workout meal and my post-workout meal is the carb source. Pre-workout, you want to use a slower digesting carb, sweet potatoes, If I don't have brown rice, I'm eating sweet potatoes. So if either brown rice or sweet potatoes or whole grain, at this point your glycogen should be pretty full. All you need pre-workout is about 20 grams of protein. You're not really trying to go into the gym full. You're just trying to stimulate protein synthesis. That's the purpose of that pre-workout.